Hello.
Welcome to the Visa.
Good evening, everyone. So we're just having a little bit of technical issues on the other side, pero I would like to start now. Nawala yung ating introduction. But anyway, it will come back next week. So magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. And maraming salamat po sa pagdating niyo ulit ngayong gabi. And also, I wanna make mention, maraming salamat po sa aming mga new likers ng aming FB at ang aming TikTok at saka yung Instagram. Pati na rin yung YouTube, no? So marami tayong mga followers sa YouTube. And for Facebook naman, yung Facebook page natin, marami ding mga followers, no? At dun sa mga likers, medyo mababa yung likers namin than the followers. But it's okay, you know, because if you're following us, then you don't miss any of the updates, which we really like, no? Kasi yung updates ang importante kaysa doon sa aming FB account. But anyway, so maraming salamat. But if you haven't done it yet, but you are always watching us, so please do follow our FB page so you don't miss any of the updates that we have for Australian immigration law and visa processing. Okay, so ngayon ang topic natin is something really special in a way because mabibigyan tayo ng magandang pananaw kung ano yung nangyayari sa visa processing, especially in terms of refusals, no? So makikita natin ano ba yung pinapromise sa atin, tapos ano ba yung nangyayari. Kasi ang palaging tanong kapag merong updates, nangyari na ba yon? Okay na ba yon? Ito na ba yung maraming natatakot, maraming kinakabahan, maraming nagsishift, maraming kung ano-ano na yung ginagawa, jumping from one course to the next. Pero ano ba talaga yung nangyayari? And maganda ba yung outlook nitong mga pangyayari sa kasalukuyan sa Australian visa processing and immigration law? Okay, so tingnan natin about the current news ngayon, ano? And also, just like what I'm always saying, if you have, some questions that you want to ask, just put it in the comment sections, in the comment box, and then we will read it later on. So nakita ko na si Shalu Singh, meron siyang question. So for others who have questions, just feel free to put it or to write it now. And also, if you want to say hello and good evening, we will appreciate so that we know where you are watching from. Okay, so now with the current news for Visa mo, Sagot ko. With the current news now, so we can always go back to the promise of Doha, no? Yung promise ng Doha sa atin a year ago is that after the election, nanalo ang Labor, noong May 2022, the Labor administration said it was addressing the legacy of mismanagement left by the previous government, including an overwhelming visa backlog and long excessive waiting times. Ito yung promise nung nanalo noon, no? Which ngayon pa rin, no, ang Labor government. Sabi nila, because that's the problem with the immigration law, now we're going to improve it. And sabi nila, malaking mismanagement, malaking mga waiting times. Tingnan natin kung anong nangyari, nagbago ba, nasagot ba nila yung mga sila na rin mismo ang nag-promise, no? And then the second promise ng Department of Home Affairs o ng kasalukuyang government natin ngayon is there will be a migration strategy that was released in December, which was focused on making the system work by being fast, efficient, and fair. Sinabi ito ng ating Prime Minister na si Ms. Claire O'Neill. So the cabinet ministers also said that visa processing times have been slashed from 40 days to 14 days for students and up to 3 days for vital regional workers. So yun yung promise nila. Tandaan niyo yung mga promise nila. So let's see kung ano ang nangyari. Now, ano yung reality ng situation? So what is going on now? So, mababasa niyo sa mga newspapers and sa lahat ng mga online news, siguro sa forum, alam niyo rin, nakikita niyo rin kung ano yung mga kasalukuyang sitwasyon ngayon, no? Sabi nga, the government has slowed down or there was always this inaction on visa approval, even for genuine students that were submitted well in time frames required. It is all impacting the stakeholders. Stakeholders would be the student applicants, of course, the provider, which is the universities and colleges, and of course, the economy itself, and those businesses relying to students coming to Australia for yung mga short-term jobs, yung mga part-time jobs na pwedeng i-fill up ng mga estudyante. So, yun yung sinasabi nila. Sabi nyo, it was going to be a fast system, it's going to be efficient, pero what is happening now, it has slowed down a lot. No? And then, sabi pa rin ng iba, nakikita nila na ang Department of Home Affairs have moved ahead of the government in terms of the announcement, and they started refusing visas based on yet to be announced criteria. Ayan na, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo noon, no? Even the Philippines was impacted by this, no? Because as we said, we are in the level 2 country, which means to say yung financial evidence, pati yung English requirement, is dapat wala. No? That is only discretionary, only when you are requested. But it appears na yung announcement nila parang naging ano na yun, mandatory na yun, lahat hinihingian. And mind you also, yung mga universities and colleges, meron na rin silang rules na kailangan meron nito. Kung hindi, hindi sila magbibigay ng letter of offer. No? Kasi yung mga universities and colleges, natatakot na rin na magkaroon ng refusal yung mga estudyanteng nag-e-enroll sa kanila. Kasi pag nagkaroon ng refusal yung mga estudyanteng nag-e-enroll sa kanila, bababa yung level nila. And that means, pag bumaba yung level nila, napakahirap bumalik dun sa pagiging mataas na level ulit, no? Ang pinakamataas na level is level 1, and then followed by level 2, and then followed by level 3. Then there's 4 as well, no? So kung ma-push down ka sa level 3, naku, baka wala nang mag-e-enroll na estudyante sa inyo. And the bad thing about that is, if you are a university in level 1, you get a priority. So, mabilis yung pagpo-process ng papers mo. Pero pag nasa level 2 country ka, and then yung eskwelahan mo rin ay bumaba dun sa level 2 din, o kaya sa level 3, wala ka sa priority processing. And which means to say that your application can take longer. No, kaya kung napapansin nyo ngayon sa student visa application, merong mabilis na napoprocess, no? At meron namang nanghingi na ng RFI at hiningi na lahat ng mga documents, pero somehow hindi pa rin mabigyan ng desisyon. Whereas in the past, pag hiningian ka ng evidence of funds or kinwestiyon ka, and then you are able to submit to all those requirements, almost immediately you get the outcome. Pero ngayon hindi natutulog no? So, at hindi yan ina-actionan in 28 days, no? Dapat din within 28 days after the last request for further information. But then it's not happening anymore. And it is impacted by putting priority groupings doon sa mga eskwelahan. So kung ang eskwelahan mo ay nasa level 1, then you get the priority to be processed quickly. Kung ikaw na may nasa level 2, medium ka, like of course in the Philippines. And then kung Philippines ka, tapos pupunta ka doon sa eskwelahan na level 2 din, then medyo matagal ang processing sa iyo, no? And then of course level 3, high alert talaga yan, ano? So ibig sabihin, nasa level 3 country ka, tapos yung pinuntahan mo ay level 3 na eskwelahan, then mas malaki siguro ang chance na magkakaroon ng refusal yun, no? So, and then kung ang Philippines naman, kukuha ka ng iyong eskwelahan, you have to check na yung eskwelahan nyo nasa level 2 or level 1. Kung nasa level 2, you expect na meron ding scrutiny about your application. No? Okay, so yun yung sinasabi nila na sana Maraming mga criteria. Okay? Maraming mga criteria ngayon. Ang mga colleges at ang immigration na parang hindi masyadong transparent. No? And it's so hard to know at the moment kung alin ba yung tatanggapin ng mga eskwelahan at kung alin din ba yung tatanggapin ng immigration. So parang ano no, so parang malabo ngayon, nahirap mag-apply ng student visa unless you possess yung genuine criteria of being a student in Australia, which I'm going to explain later. Okay, so again, for the reality of the situation now, last December, officials rejected approximately 1 in 4 applications from India. So India, malaki ang hit sa India. And 1 in 2 from Kenya and Nepal. And 3 in 4 from Pakistan. And 4 in 5 from Nigeria. Okay, so napakataas ng refusal, no? Pero this is just an overview of what's going on. So don't think na Philippines lang ang nagsasuffer. Kasi meron ding nangyayari sa labas at mas grabe yung sitwasyon nila, no? So pero ngayon, how about the Philippines? Ano yung sitwasyon natin ngayon pagdating sa pag-apply ng student visa? With Philippines, makikita nyo dito, sabi nga dun sa Australian Financial Review, kagaya ng sabi ko, which was reported on the 30th of January, which is just, recent. Sinasabi nila dito that just like what I've said, no, dun sa in just 4 months between June and September, student visa approvals for students from India fell from 73% down to 42%. So almost half, more than half ng mga applicants ay refused. No, sa Pakistan naman, from 64 down to 30%. Ito na yung mga, ang approval nila, dati 64 na lang, ngayon bumaba pa sa 30%, mas lalong bumaba. And now Philippines, from 81% approval before, now it came down to 38%. So which means to say, there is 62% refusal. Mas marami yung refusal. Okay? So it's not a good news, pero it is what it is, no? So that's why you have to be careful doon sa mga basta papasok lang ng Australia o mag-a-apply para makapasok ng Australia. Just take seriously kung ano yung mga requirements, no? Huwag basta-bastang maniniwala na pwede na yan. Okay? Pag narinig yung pwede na yan, tanungin nyo kung paano naging pwede. Para nang sa ganun makumbinsi kayo na talagang merong future yung inyong application at hindi lang kayo nag-aaksaya ng pera. Okay, so ano yung mga common reasons for refusal or enrollment denials, no? Pinagsama ko na to dito, no? Kasi just like what I've said, ang denials nanggagaling sa colleges at nanggagaling din sa mga universities, no? And then of course, ang refusal nanggagaling sa immigration. So bakit ganon? Yung ibang colleges, they want people to come in because they still get the administration fee, pero merong risk, pero okay lang sa kanila na mag-apply ka ng visa. So even if you get the letter of offer, you get the enrollment certificate, but then immigration can say otherwise. Sabihin nila, hindi ka genuine student. Now, with other universities, lalo na yung mga level 1, talagang napakahigpit nila, no? Kahit na anong gawin mo, kahit na meron pa ng set criteria na minimit, sometimes they will still say no. Basta makitaan lang nila ng kaunting reason at pwedeng maging dahilan ng immigration para ma-refuse yung visa. Again, the reason of the universities, they don't like refusals in their applicants or in their applications because bababa yung rating nila. Kaya yung mga universities ngayon, napakahirap din kumuha ng letter of offer, no? So you need a lot of things to be in your application. Okay, so reasons for refusal, 1 is financial insufficiency. So you don't have enough money. Okay? Now, colleges and universities are now asking for evidence of funds. So, yung mga naniniwala pa rin na walang financial evidence, kung ang immigration wala silang financial evidence, baka yung college or university, hihingan kayo just for them to be convinced that you're not coming to Australia to work, that you're coming to Australia to study because you have money to pay for your tuition fee. Okay, second is for those people who have inadequate health insurance. Now, isipin niyo paano ba nangyayari yan? Talaga namang may OSHC, no? Tama iyon. Kaya lang maraming pumapasok na they do come on a single OSHC. Pagkatapos, yung mga subsequent dependent nila, papapasukin nila sa Australia, getting another single OSHC, which is not adequate. It's not adequate in a way that if you are a family or if you are a couple, there's a couple OSHC. So meaning to say, kung kayo ay mag-asawa, iisa lang yung cover nyo, hindi single-single. Reason being is, mas mataas yung binabayaran ng couple OSHC than single. So alam nyo na kung bakit single-single lang kinukuha para makamura. Pero wala pong enough cover yon. Kasi syempre kung couple kayo, there will be a probability and possibility na magkakaanak kayo o mabubuntis ang asawa nyo, no? So pagka nabuntis yun, hindi sila nako-cover ng health cover kasi meron kang denial in your claims pag kumuha ng iyong insurance. Okay? So that's one issue. Yung iba naman yung family, di ba? Pag yung family OSHC po, mahal po iyan. No? So minsan, inaabot yan ng more than 10,000, minsan 12,000, minsan 15,000. Depende sa dami ng, of course, ng dependent mo. And OSHC, hindi po hilugan yan, hindi yan installment. Binabayaran agad yan. So ngayon, again, ano ang ginagawa? Syempre, single insurance. And this is the problem why it came up as a basis for refusal. Kung nabigyan ka naman ng visa without declaring those things, it can come back to you later on for cancellation because you did not have enough health cover. Okay, so tatanungin nyo, meron ba nakansilahan dahil hindi enough yung health cover? Yes, meron po. And also, the bad effect of that is, kung magkasakit kayo at kailangan nyo ng cover because there was, a non-disclosure, hindi kayo mabibigyan ng cover, hindi ma-shoulder yung gastos nyo sa ospital. Ay napakamahal po ng ospital. And mainly because they will all go back, yung cover mo is not true because meron kang dapat couple, hindi tama yung cover. Now, the third one is, of course, this is always the reason, the genuineness of application o the GTE. No? So, kaya tapo ng GTE ang case officer because, it's easy to see that that a student is not a genuine student to Australia. So, madaling kunan ng reason yan for the case officer. And then fourth is failure to meet English language requirements. Now, the English language requirement is being screen doon sa inyong college pa lang o kaya sa university. Now, the universities are very strict with the English requirements. So normally it's 7 or 6.5 depending on the kind of course that you are getting. Now, pero what is happening now is sabi ng college, okay na yung English mo. Pero ito ngayon yung immigration, pinrocess yung papers mo, no? So, pag-process ng paper mo, so bigla nilang hiningi yung IELTS mo o bigla kang pinakuha ng IELTS because they're not convinced na maayos nga talaga yung English mo. Then they will require you to do the IELTS test or the PTE test. And then you did not pass it. Then it became a reason for the refusal. Maraming nagugulat, pati hingin pa ako ng English, sabi ng school ko, okay na yan. But it does happen, so I can tell you, it does happen. And then number 6 is your previous immigration records. Now, if you have a visa cancellation in the past, o kaya naman a visa refusal in the past, o kaya naman overstaying, yung tourist visa nyo, yan, lalabas lahat yan. Now, this is not supposed to be the problem. Kasi, makikita naman yun ng immigration. Pero ang problema usually dyan is meron kang refusal o kaya meron kang overstaying o meron kang cancellation, hindi mo dineclare sa iyong application. So again, non-disclosure of information. So dapat i-declare nyo. And then make sure na ipapaliwanag nyo kung bakit nagkaganon. Ano? Para lang, kasi makikita rin naman ng immigration nyo. And when they come back, it will be hard to reverse it. No? Okay. And then of course, yung course relevance nyo. Now, the course relevance is part of the GPE. Now, ito ngayon yung karaniwang tinitingnan ng gusto ng immigration. If the course is relevant to your career. Ngayon, kung hindi ito relevant at pilit na pilit, don't attempt it. Kasi, obvious naman, kung kayo ay nahihirapang i-connect yun sa sarili nyo at kumbinsihin yung sarili nyo, and most likely, case officer will also have the same assessment. And then 8 is yung mga fraudulent information. So ito yung mga bogus information. Okay, so bogus information, una, yung hindi tama o hindi totoong mga papeles ng transcript of records o kaya diploma. Meron pong security number yung mga diploma and transcript of records, no? So madaling i-check yun. Pero yung ngayon na nangyayari, especially in the recent past because of the requirement for financial evidence, marami ngayon ang nagsisimula namang kumalap ng mga sino magpapautang, sino magbibigay ng loan para sa financial evidence, sino ang maglalagay ng pera sa account ko. Okay. Again, kung hindi totoo at wala naman talaga kayong ganong pera, baka hindi nyo rin kayanin po kasi yung cost of living sa Australia. Kaya yun yung pinoproblema ng Australia, no? Yung cost of living bumababa, yung standard of living bumababa kasi nga kung kulang naman yung pera ng mga nag-aaral at and then of course dahil kulang yung pera nila, they do what? They do underground economy, ibig sabihin yung mga cash on hand. Bawal po yung cash on hand sa Australia. Okay, so yung mga estudyante, minsan sa forum, makikita mo pa, they're very brave to actually say, I can I can work, nag-offer ng kanilang services, tapos kahit na cash on hand, bawal po ang cash on hand sa Australia. Okay. And then, of course, your criminal record. Kung may criminal record without any explanation or if you don't want to explain, then yeah, it can be a problem. So, yun po yung mga reasons for refusal. So, along the way, of course, nagbigay ako ng mga tips sa inyo. So, really, at this point in time, the trust of immigration when it comes to student visa is the genuineness of the student who want to come to Australia just to study. At meron silang financial evidence at merong career goals na very explicit na makikita doon. Okay? So, yan po yung aming updates ngayon. And doon sa mga may questions, I will start reading them now. Pero congratulations sa aming mga visa grants. No? Tuwan-tuwa kami, meron kaming visa grants for visitor visa. Ito po ay actually yung isang visitor visa namin for a child kasi kailangan namin mag-apply ng child visa. So what we did is to get the child to come to Australia para dito na sila mag-apply onshore. And yung iba naman po, yung papunta ng partner visa, of course, part din ng assessment namin is to whether you can come on a tourist visa first and then do the partner visa later on pag nandito na sa Australia. Ngayon, kung hindi makakuha ng tourist visa, then we move on to another advice so that kahit na offshore, pwede kang mag-apply ng partner visa. Now, the shortest that we have for partner visa is 3 months processing. We have grants recently, and then some of them do get them in 4 months, and some of them do get. The longest siguro is in 8 months na aming approval. And also, we're very happy with our 82081 double grants. So nakatanggap po kami ng around 4 double grants para sa aming mga applicants. No? So madali lang yun, no? 5 months lang yun. No? Pero nakuha namin yung 820801 para sa kanila, which is really good dahil mapapaaga yung application nila ng citizenship. And of course, pwede na silang mag-imbita dahil PR na sila, pwede na silang mag-imbita ng kanilang mga kamag-anak. And also another one is natanggap namin kanina, no, another PR visa grant. I'm really emotional nung natanggap namin kasi I'm not really expecting a grant for them. I was expecting to go to tribunal and then later on to federal court. But we were able to persuade the immigration to come to our court, and kahit na merong autism yung kanyang anak, we were able to get a SACOS 186 doon sa kanyang visa. In fact, ang aming kliyente, ready na rin sana sa tribunal, and after some period of time, we go back to the Philippines. Naka-set naman siya doon, naka-mental set naman siya doon. But we are very happy to get the PR for him. So let's see, hopefully in the future, we can or we should be able to get the family to come to Australia. Okay, so yun po yung aming mga magagandang balita for today. Okay, so yung may mga questions, sige, pwede na nating ipakita, no? Okay, from Shalu Singh, is there any advantage to have siblings as Australian citizen to apply for Australian PR? It depends, no? Kung kung ang iyong Australian citizen na siblings are living in the regional area and your nominated occupation is in MLTSSL list, then yes, because your sibling can be your sponsor under the surplus 491. That's for skilled migration. Pero kung family visas naman ang tinitingnan, well, obviously, you can access the family visas, no? Like, for example, yung last remaining relative, o kaya naman care visa, yun, yung basically yung dalawa na yun. And also, of course, yung tourist visa para ma-invite mo yung mga siblings para makapunta ng Australia on a temporary visa. Pero kung PR, yes, care visa is there, the last remaining relative visa is there, but there are requirements, there are criteria to be met. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is hi attorney, galing kay Daisy Holland. Daisy Hola, tinatanong niya, hi, Attorney Cardona, ang Kaplan business ko po ba ay anong level? Level 2 ang Kaplan. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The next one, Steven Reynes to Sarah. Hi, attorney. Pinaplano po ng family namin to enroll my siblings as freshman's bachelor in for grade 6 here in Brisbane. I would like to ask po sana if this is all right. They're finishing the current Philippine school year on June this year pa po. How early should we start processing po? Now, for bachelor, of course, ang intake sa Australia is January and July. So, kung matatapos siya ng June, dapat inumpisahan na ngayon, no? Para makapasok siya sa July dito. Alternatively, you can wait until next year after the graduation for the bachelor, para dun sa iyong bachelor degree, and then wait for 6 months and then apply for next year. Kaya lang be careful, no, kasi may gap yung niya. Magkakaroon ng 6 months gap, no, from June and then January pa yung intake sa Australia. So very critical and very crucial kung ano yung gagawin niya doon sa gap na yun. Okay? So pakilagay ulit siya, Naya, yung question niya. Yeah, so kung papasok naman siya ng freshman, galing ba siya ng year 12? So I'm thinking kung gusto niya ditong mag first year sa bachelor, galing siya ng year 12, yeah, crucial pa rin yung 6 months gap na yun. Ano yung gagawin niya? So dapat yung trabaho na makakatulong, makaka-contribute doon sa future niyang gagawin. So past, present, and future dapat connected lahat ng yan. No? And para naman doon sa grade 6, yeah, that is possible. Sa mga primary and secondary, there's not a lot of issues. No? In fact, gusto yan ng immigration. Dito na sila lumalaki. Dito na sila nag-aaral. Kasi malayo pa yung pananaw para mag-ano sila yung magtrabaho na magtrabaho at ayaw nang umuwi. No? So, itong mga to, yung mga bata, yes, okay yan. So, if you need some help, we can help you. Now, for grade 6, any time of the year, that can be processed. No? Kasi okay naman silang tumanggap ng in the middle of the school year or towards the end or in the beginning niya, okay naman yan. So, walang issue kung kailan mag-start. Dapat mag-process. Okay? Thank you for the question, Stephen. Anything else? Okay, from Marifel QM. Kasi Marifel ay ating regular yata si Marifel. Parang lagi ko siya nababasa. So from Marifel QM, good evening, attorney. We have one child who is already taking masters in Sydney. Another one wants to pursue masters also. The field is bioinformatics. The plan is to take masters by coursework. Then, after the prescribed minimum number of units, upgrade to master by research. Then pursue PhD. Are these all mentioned in his GPE? Currently, is there pathway to PR from masters and PhD for bioinformatics? Which states have a need for them? The bioinformatics, yes, there is a need for that, but because it's a very wide area, he will need some area of specialization in order to make the occupation definitive, no? And depende doon sa occupation na magde-define sa kanya, yun yung kukunin natin para sa occupation list, no? Kasi malaki ang bioinformatics. Now, if you're looking for advantage of master's by research, dahil nga may points yon, may additional points yon, you can do that, but all the entire course of master in research should be done in Australia. So, kaya lang kasi pagka nalagyan na yun ng credit from a different master's program, then that will be an issue. Na pwede niyong i-cut yung halimbawa, yung master's degree kasi yung master's degree can be cut into graduate certificate and graduate diploma, pero master's in program. So as soon as matapos niya yung graduate certificate and he wants to shift to master's by research, considering na meron na siyang area of research, of course, then yeah, that's okay. Rather than, coming to Australia and pretty much straight away move to masters of research. Now, if you're going to PhD, yes, there are some advantages in getting PhD. In fact, some states do give a special highway for them in PhD. But even if you are a graduate of PhD, but you don't have a nominated occupation that is listed on MLT SSL, then that will be an issue. That will be a problem. Now, most of the PhD graduates are doing academic work, like, for example, university tutor or university lecturer, things like that. No? So I don't know whatever career goals your children have, but yes, there are pathway for that. But they will have to define themselves. If they're taking masters, what do they want to become? And is the occupation that they've chosen on the is listed in the occupation list? Because if it's not, even if you have the master's and PhD, it's not going anywhere. Okay, but for PhD, yes, the 485 graduate visa is there, and then we'll see later on kung ano yung magiging occupation niya. Yep. Is there any more questions? Again, kay Marifel, we plan on spending Christmas in Australia as a family. When do you recommend our child applies for student visa? Studies to start in February or August 2025. Such doesn't have to apply for a tourist visa for our December 2024. trip and then apply for student visa for use to February 2025. You can do both. You can do both as long as he is decided to about the course that he wanted to take. Yeah, you can do student visa and then can use the student visa to enter Australia. Now, if you want to see the school first and see and find out if that is the best fit for your children, then tourist visa can be done. Now, in fact, marami kong mga kliyente na they want to go to Australia first on a tourist visa. Kasi, especially yung mga ganyan, no, yung mga parents ang involved, no, kasama yung mga anak nila. Usually, it's a very basic decision on their side na they want to go to Australia first, see and find out kung yun yung gusto nila. And then, once in Australia, they decide to apply for student visa. Yung iba naman, they come to Australia, they visit the university, they visit the school, they visit the surrounding kung saan pwedeng tumira yung mga anak nila. And then after that, kumbinsido sila na gusto talaga nila ang Australia, uuwi muna and then saka ipapoprocess sa amin yung kanilang student visa. Pwede po yun, either way, walang issue doon, no? Ang issue lang dyan is, say for example, you want to go you want to be enrolled in February tapos you want to spend your Christmas, so dapat naayos na yung kanyang application sa mga university kasi it takes a while bago makakuha ng letter of offer from the college or from the university. Yeah, so depende po yun sa convenience ninyo, but it can be done both ways, depende na lang sa priority niya. Okay, so I think that's it. Is there any more questions there, Shanay? Okay. Liada Bulgado, sabi niya, if ever mag-open na po ng work and holiday visa for Philippines applicant, magpo-process din po ba kayo? Salamat po. Yes, of course, we're going to do that. We just don't have the excitement actually for the work holiday visa because it's taking a while. Ang tagal na nito no? Ngayon nandito na naman yung presidente, nasa Sydney na naman siya for a more talks about economic plans, economic interrelationship, and whatnot. But anyway, so if it is there, once there is a law and once there's a clear announcement on the criteria, yes, we are going to do that. Pero warning po wala pa pong work holiday visa para sa mga Pilipino. Alam ko na marami nang nagre-recruit dyan sa Philippines para sa work holiday visa. Pati yung mga agricultural visa, no, na wala naman, marami na rin nakaabang o marami na rin mga nagbayad. So please lang po, kasi wala pong manloloko. Kung walang nagpapaloko, magtatanong po, magche-check po. Oo, kasi nahihirap yan kapag wala namang ganoon, tas napaniwala na kayo. And also check the people that you're talking with. No, check if they're a registered migration agent or check if they're a lawyer in Australia, not in the Philippines, okay? Or kung nasa Philippines man sila, dapat license pa rin sila sa Australia. Magkaiba yung business license at magkaiba yung professional license, no? Like for example, us here, we have an office here, duly registered sa ating government, sa Philippine government, but we also have an office in Australia. And I am a lawyer in Queensland, and I'm also a registered migration agent for Australia. So, kaya nadadala ko po dito in fact, nasa Manila ako, nadadala ko po dito yung aming mga kailangan. Pero dito sa Philippines, oh my God, there are so many operators that, I'm sorry to say, I've talked to some of them and it's shocking. It's really shocking. I'm sorry to say, it's really shocking. They're just playing around and do not even know what's the legal requirement for a student visa. Unfortunately, it does happen. So please ask kung kayo ay kukuha ng inyong education agent. They have to be qualified as well to advise you on visa requirements. Okay, so anyway, do we still have some more? Kay Aban, attorney, hello po. First time po manood ng live. Oy, welcome. And sana manood ka pa ulit sa Wednesday. I'm a secondary public school teacher here in the Philippines for 7 years. May chance po ba ako sa skill visa? Yes, thank you. If you're a public school teacher, yes na yes. Okay, but, merong but lagi, no? If you're a public school teacher, yes na yes. Pwede kang mag-apply and kailangan ka dito sa Australia. But you need to get a high English score via IELTS. So, IELTS lang yung tinatanggap, no? So, kung makakuha ka ng 8.0 in all, in all the components, better yan. O kaya 7,887, no? So, yun muna ang unahin mo, ha? IELTS muna ang kailangan mo. Kasi kapag may IELTS ka, plus your license as a teacher, plus your academic records na ikaw talaga ay graduate ng Bachelor of Primary Education or Bachelor of Education, and you also have the 45 days of supervising teacher, yes na yes tayo. No, mabilisan ang pagproseso niyan because kailangan ng mga teachers dito sa Australia. Okay, so next question. So work on your English. Okay, getting from hi attorney, can I ask po, I am an OFW from Hong Kong, plan ko pong mag-apply ng tourist visa sa plus 600. Patapos na po contract ko this coming August and my date plan of travel is also August. Okay lang po ba yun? Okay lang yun, mag-apply, but I'm not sure if it's going to be granted, ha? Kasi, wala kang trabaho na, so ibig sabihin finish contract, wala ka nang babalikan. So, pwede kang mag-overstay sa Australia. And if you're going to refer back to your connection in the Philippines, have a think, ano ba yung connection ko sa Philippines? Is it strong enough para mapakita ko sa immigration na ako ay hindi magtatagal sa Australia dahil may dahilan akong umuwi ng Philippines. Okay? So, pero kung finish contract na, mas mahirap kasi wala ka ng employment. So, ano gagawin mo sa Australia? I'm not saying na magtatrabaho ka o mag-stay ka. Karapatan mo na mag-enjoy, mag-holiday. Pero outrightly, ang isipin ng immigration, wala na siyang trabaho doon. So maghanap siya ng trabaho dito and coming through a tourist visa. Pero kung ikaw ay may partner na Australian citizen o Australian permanent residency, wag mo nang itago yung relationship na yon, no? So pwede naman na magkaganon para lumakas ng kaunti. You talk to us and we should be able to help you. Okay, so anything else? So marami pa ba tayong questions? Sorry, hindi ko nakikita. Yep, so from Rhoda Giron. From Rhoda Giron, hi attorney, possible po ba na walang bridging visa na binigay ang IMI? Onshore po, student visa. Bakit wala kang bridging visa? Anong visa ang pinanggalingan mo? So if you came from a substantive visa, going to or applying for another substantive visa, you should have a bridging visa between the two. Kung hindi ka binigyan, there could be a problem. O baka naman di pa lumalabas yung bridging visa. So, pero dapat meron. Otherwise, you'll be unlawful kung expired na yung visa mo at nandito ka pa rin, just waiting for the approval or waiting for the outcome of the other visa. Okay? So, I don't know. So, Mercy Sikat, Eviota. I think this is our last question. Sorry. Hi, attorney. May I ask po if ano pong visa applicable for me with more than 10 years working experience as an accountant, also a CPA? Thank you. No skill visa migration, 491-189-190. Yun yung mga pwede sa'yo. But you have to have the positive skills assessment first. No? From CPAA or from ANZ CPA skilling authority. No? So, baka meron silang hanapin sa'yo na kailangan mong gawin. And then after that, of course, then you can proceed to expression of interest. And then if your score is not too high, then you probably need sponsorship from a state. Or if you're okay to go to the regional area, you can at least get an extra 15 points. No? Pero skills assessment muna for CPA. Okay, so I can see one more. But before we close this, maraming salamat sa mga nandito, ha? And I hope to see you ng Wednesday, ha? So from Romeo CM, hi po attorney. On process na po ang TSS 482 ko sa New South Wales. Sa PR processing po in the future, kailangan ba dito ang family ko before getting also a PR nila? Maraming salamat po. Okay, so from 482 visa, papunta ng PR sa plus 186, they don't need to be in Australia to be able to be included in your surplus 186 PR visa. So in other words, they can be offshore, you are onshore, but they must be included in one application. So pag nag-grant, that's the time that they can come in on a PR visa. Yeah? Okay. So that's it for tonight. Maraming salamat po ulit sa mga nandito. And I'll see you next Wednesday kung anong pag-usapan natin. So maybe next Wednesday we're going to talk about partner visa and all the different mistakes done on partner visa with a little bit, of course, of skilled migration and work visa. As usual, Teresa Cardona po from Auspac Visa. I'll see you on Wednesday at maraming salamat po sa pag-thank-you nyo. Don't forget to like and share and keep on following Auspac Visa Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Maraming salamat po and have a good night. Bye!
Australia, the land of opportunity, natural beauty, and endless possibilities. If you ever dreamed of calling Australia your home, Auspac Visa is here to make that dream a reality. At Auspac Visa, we specialize in helping Filipinos secure the Australian visa they need. Our team of experienced immigration experts is here to guide you every step of the way. From visa applications to paperwork, we handle it all. You can focus on planning your new life down under. And when the time comes, we'll be there with you as you take the oath and become an Australian citizen. Join the thousands of satisfied clients who have made their dreams come true with Auspac Visa. Australia is waiting for you. Contact Auspac Visa today and start your journey towards a brighter future. Auspac Visa, your trusted immigration law services. Call us today or visit our website to schedule your consultation.